welcome back to the Imperfectly Perfect Couple. I'm sitting here with your boy Happy Feet.
Happy Feet. This one got jokes. I mean, where did that come from?
Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect, imperfect, imperfectly, imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect couple. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to the Imperfectly Perfect Couple show podcast. I'm Kandy.
I'm Tank.
What's going on? How was your day?
I had a good day. Since you want to laugh, I went and got my toes done up. Relieve some stress. It felt good. What about yours?
I'm just winging it.
Literally.
Literally, I'm winging it.
Mm-hmm. She in the silly mode right now.
Oh, jeez.
If y'all can't already tell, she's in the silly mode.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. So what's up, man? How was work? All that good stuff?
Work wasn't bad. I'm just getting tired of work.
Why is that?
The drama.
What drama?
Just unnecessary
can you share?
drama. There's always unnecessary drama. Just just why can't you just do your job? Do your job and mind your business.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Remember stuff. Do what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's kind of typical, and
it's just it's more so. I think it's more so irritating to me now because I'm pregnant. Like beforehand, it was like, okay, I can tolerate certain things, but I just be burning up on the inside.
Got you.
I'll be ready to snap. I'll be ready to be excuse me.
Okay. As for me, I didn't have to work today, but my work is soon getting ready to end. Because I ain't getting the jabbity jab jab. As my boy say, jabbity jab jab. Yeah, so I think I got about 2 weeks left, and I'm out.
But that's understandable though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting it either. How about that? Not at all.
Hey, you're not. But for those who do get it, you just doing what you got to do.
We just feel it's your personal choice. It should be a personal choice. Nobody should know your information unless you want them to know it. At the
I
end
ain't
of the
getting
day.
shit.
But that brings me back to a meme that one of my old coworkers posted. It basically was like how people are so adamant to put their healthcare status on Facebook. Why don't you post your last pap smear?
Hey.
Or how about you post that last colonoscopy or your last prostate exam? If you want to get that in detail, if it matters that much, which like we said, it's your own personal choice in what you want to do. But why not share that? That should be shared.
Well, I think it's a thing because the way how it's being pushed is being pushed in the way to where it's for those people for those people I think that's not necessarily doing it because they have no choice. For those people that's doing it because it's in that type of thing to where it's hey, I'm jabbed up or whatever the case, I think it's more so a thing to where it's it's the way how it's being pushed. It's I'm patriotic because I did this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. That's the reason why I think people looking at it like that. Yeah. But to each his own. Other than that, how you been feeling?
I really sound like an old lady when I be expressing. I be feeling like I'm like an 80-year-old. You know how 80-year-olds get.
What do you mean? You talking about when you what?
Just when you start complaining about your ailments, the gangrene then kicked in the left foot, and that's kind of how I feel when I be like.
So what's new this week? What is something new this week that you could tell our viewers that
I'm tired.
Okay, we know that. Well, you've been tired,
sleepy.
We know that, but is it anything that you could say that's that's really like that's getting to you like this week that it wasn't messing with you last week?
My hips and my waist.
Hips and waist. So things are starting to spread.
Like it was always it was always my sciatic nerve that was bothering me. That's what bothered me from the beginning. So even before this pregnancy, but pregnancy basically initiated the whole sciatica thing with me. And that was with Cassidy, our oldest daughter. Mm-hmm. So, and then Callie, I had it from the beginning. And then now with this pregnancy, I got it from the beginning. They say all pregnancies are different, but like you do get some of those symptoms way sooner than what you would get.
Okay.
Each pregnancy after or whatever. But I mean the same thing. Sciatica, my hips hurt. I felt like this stretching, which was like an irritating feeling. Mm-hmm. Like my stomach is stretching and it's starting to itch like crazy, and my breasts are itchy. So it's like
put some Windex on it.
Got it. So, other than that, I mean, that's your typical. My body is changing, but with each pregnancy is different. With each baby, you feel different. So, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is bothering me so much," and you may have had the same stuff that went on prior. So. Right.
Well, with me, I'm feeling good. That's why she called me Happy Feet in the beginning. Because I went and got my toes did up, and it felt great. It did. I was telling one of my partners that, after because I had left my phone in the car. I was meaning to take it in because I had my earbuds and everything. And I was really going to, like, relax, like, zen the hell out, you know what I mean? But left the phone in the car. And by that point, because it was like I walked in there and they threw me right in the water, like, here.
Yeah,
and I sat right on down. Soaked me up for a minute.
Do they make that water extra hot?
That water be they asked me how was it, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was straight. It wasn't bad for me. Mm-hmm. It was straight.
Don't your feet be feeling like they like 10 pounds lighter?
Oh yeah.
It just be feeling like you walking on feathers or something.
And that's what I was telling. I was kind of telling my boy one of them things to where it was like just kind of going back to like when I had got that facial during my birthday week, and especially like for guys, I say like for guys. Like, most of us don't necessarily experience or even indulge in most of that type of stuff. It's kind of common for a woman to go pamper herself or to go get certain services done. I think for the most part, the farthest that a guy do, is may going to get his hair cut. You know what I'm saying? That's if he ain't doing it himself or a lineup or something. But other than that, like I was explaining to him, like, man, it like you were just saying, you just feel. It's like a big relief, like, damn,
they say
I can kick the dough down, Foot Clan.
Did they ask you what color you want?
No, they asked me that I wanted clear. I told them, hell no. And no.
They use, with the women, they come, like, these nails that are already painted with the shellac colors. And
I heard them. It was a lady sitting next to me.
And they just throw the stuff on your lap. They just come out of nowhere with it sometimes. So you can flip through the colors.
Yep. Yeah, they did that. Other than that, man, so that felt pretty good. And then, like I stated earlier, I got roughly about 2 more weeks left when it come to work. So, just I mean, and it ain't necessarily y'all like, hey, I'm the fuck on. No, it ain't necessarily like that because I feel my way. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel it as if it's wrong that that people can work so many months without XYZ being jabbed up, and now it's like, it's either this way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? And then, but then peep game though. The other thing about that is, it was one particular company that was threatening the same type of thing with a lot of the medical field, what they're doing, to where basically other workers that was in the same field joined together and was like, well, if y'all gonna do that to them, that means y'all probably gonna do it to us. So if they go down, then we going down too. And this is the thing what I liked about it. It was even other people that was jabbed up that was even still taking a stand like, let it be their choice. It should be their choice. When the workers basically all band together, man, they retracted every single thing. Mm-hmm. People still getting on, they still flying right now. We just put it to you like that. Mm-hmm. So, so it's true. It is powers in numbers. Mm-hmm. Most definitely is power in numbers, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, it is what it is. So, other than that, man.
It just reminds me of, like, what a lot of people be saying, like, a new modern age segregation. Like, separating the people that want to have the choice to do so and the people that actually, want it. So it's like, the people that have it and the people that don't have it. And it's creating like this so-called controversy to where they're trying to make it seem like that we're in the streets fighting each other because we're getting mad because you're this way and then you're this particular way.
I think that's what they want.
That's what they want.
But that ain't
why I'm
happening.
saying that they're creating that controversy to make it seem like people are going head to head. We're not really.
People don't care.
People don't care. Necessarily. Now, you do get some people like this one lady that came in my doctor's office today. She does this every time she comes in there and she's just rambling. And you'll be like, huh? And then I'll be like, you talking to me? And she'll be like, I just don't understand what people do. Just don't go get it. It's just crazy. But I can tell she like a little kind of, something is going on with her too. And she told this whole story again today to another representative sitting at the desk, and I'm like, yeah. It's like you gotta let that be that person's choice. It's a decision for you to make.
Yeah.
It's an informed decision. It's an educated decision for you. Do your research. So
that's all we can really say about that. Other than that, you seen anything on social media that caught your eye, or just media period? Anything caught your eye? Any type of memes and whatever. We're trying to do the show the normal way, how we normally do it. So, But in the meantime, while you're looking and trying to figure out what we're doing,
guess
you can
what?
most definitely go to imperfectlyperfectcouple.com and check us out and watch the videos. And we are also
streaming
on. Do you have it right in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Where are we streaming at? What?
Me. We are on Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor.
And other platforms and wherever you find your podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's where we are located. You also can hit 1-844-YOUVENT. 1-844-YOUVENT. Don't hold that stuff in. Call us and get it off your chest. And like always, you can remain
confidential.
Unless you want
specify.
them to know who you are.
Yep.
So, you got anything? You got anything for us?
No, I don't.
She ain't got nothing. One
thing that I did see, and I seen a couple of my friends post this, how about normalizing friends outgrowing each other without holding animosity. And it says, like, we all move differently and have different priorities. We grow and we change. Some people are not meant nor ready to be a part of that next journey at the end and still love. Hold
on, what was the first part? People, the animosity, who?
Wait, normalize friends outgrowing each other without animosity.
Yeah.
Meaning that it's okay to surpass your friends.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and they
no
said,
problem.
We all move differently. We all have different priorities. We all grow. We all change. And we're not meant to, we are not meant nor ready to be a part of the next journey. At the end of the day, it's still love. Like, you should be able to still love, your friends, your peers, whomever. Like, you can
just accept the fact.
Yeah, you can can move on and go to another job and leave people behind that you really cared for, you know what I'm saying? And that you really grew with. And it's okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should still be able to still have that connection with people without them feeling like, he must think
Some
he
type of
all
way.
that, or she must think she
Well,
all
you
that.
know what? You know what I think though too, which is kind of perfect that you said that first, is because one thing that I know we've mentioned before, but mental health, bro.
Yes.
Like mental health. You all have to really know, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine if if you need to talk to somebody. I think it's perfectly fine. Go do that. The way how I was just talking to my partner earlier, and I was saying how kind of look at it like, okay, I broke the example that I used was out of the crew of guys that I hang around. We got two of the guys. They are able to shed weight, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like they can eat. Their metabolism just work. They don't have to do much. They good. But you take a person like myself, you got to be self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? Of what you, of what I'm eating, because if not, it'll get the best of me, and that's all she wrote. And it's kind of like the same thing to where when you think about it, you have some people in life. This is what I think. Some people in life, they are able to deal with everything that you're supposed to do as a human being just to keep you. I'm not even necessarily talking about maintaining a family, paying bills, just to keep you together. To some people, they're able to deal with life challenges and process that with no problem. But then you got some other people that they need clarity on things, and that's perfectly fine. So most definitely, I encourage any and everybody, you know what I'm saying, to where if that's something you need, don't feel bad to the point to where if it's a thing to where you realize it may be something different about you, or you feeling some type of way, or you having these thoughts. Because as a matter of fact, I read this was a sad story. It was a sad look, man. This story was crazy. It was a chick, pretty girl, and I guess she was just dealing with a hell of a lot. And she had made a post a couple of like a month or two back, basically saying like, if I don't make it, make sure my kids are fine.
She was a single mother.
And then, like last week, she made another post. You know what I'm saying? And she actually took her own fucking life. And it's like, damn, you just never know, man. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad. And the way how I think I would tie that in with what you just said is, I think that a lot of times it's part of the thinking process. People don't necessarily know how to handle that, because you got some people that's selfish as friends, and they think like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to talk to me today? Or what do you mean you're not going to do this? They don't know how to process that.
Right.
So,
and it's okay to step back sometimes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can consume yourself with everything, like how he was saying, everything that's going on in your life, and then you got somebody else pouring what's going on in their life on you, and you like, wait a minute, I can't handle this right now. Like, this is way too much. And sometimes, you have some people that can tolerate so much of it and be like, you know what, well, yeah, I'm glad you told me that, but give me a minute or whatever. That's why, with a lot of my friends, like if I vent, for the most part, I'd be like, okay, I got something to get off my chest. Or I may blurt it all out, and then I come back and I say, well, you know what? I apologize, because I don't know if you were ready for all of that.
You're supposed to technically get permission.
You're supposed to ask for permission, and you are. When you're starting a vent session, you're like, wait a minute, let me rewind. Do you have time to listen to this? Can I vent this to you? Can I say this to you? Because it's some drama, and you may not be ready for it. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to, get that permission from them, because it's like, you don't know what they're going through. They could have woke up and something bad happened in their life, you know? Yeah. And it's like, dang, you got this going on, and you think I'm supposed to deal with your drama at the same time? I can't handle it. So it's a lot. Yeah.
And then kind of flipping it to something that they probably be hearing me talk about for the next few months. Like, that's one of the reasons why, because like right now, with you dealing with a high string of emotions, she going from hot to cold, cold to hot. It's this video that I might post to where, I don't know if y'all remember, those of you that are from the inner city, that, to where if you didn't have AC and you took like a blanket or whatever, and we do have central air, Just to clarify that. But I just wanted to show her another way on how to cool yourself down without necessarily iglooing the whole house. So I tied a sheet around the box fan and it just rose up over the bed. And I may post that video. Y'all may catch it. Y'all gotta, but you gotta check out Imperfectly Imperfect Couple, Facebook or Instagram. That's where that type of content is being posted. So, but like I was saying, that's why one of the reasons why I kind of try to make sure that you are in a good space, because I know emotions run high. Like I seen that. Did you see me that thing about the girl and the photo shoot? How she was feeling a certain, you know what I'm saying? She had gained
75 pounds during birth,
Yeah.
or during her pregnancy, and her boyfriend, fiance, whomever, wanted to do something to make her feel special
Yeah.
after the fact. So
Yeah.
he set up this like bare shoot for her, to where she had pictures that was by herself. She had pictures with the newborn,
just embracing
And-
your body.
and she was. I mean, she was. It looked beautiful
She
to
ain't
me.
look bad at all.
She was proportioned and everything, and I'm like, well, I couldn't tell that she put on.
She didn't look bad at all.
75 pounds. She looked very nice.
It
so
wasn't. Yeah, it was with no clothes.
it
She
was
looked
75
nice.
pounds in the right places.
Yeah,
I should say
it
that.
was together.
Yeah.
It was together. You know, but that's why I kind of feel as if it's important for me to be the coach that I am and make sure that you in the space that you in, because I understand with you being with Monkey See, Monkey Do, got to keep you together. So other than that, what's up? You ready to take a break? Come back, stop for a second. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. All right. We are back. So, what is the topic of discussion?
Okay, you have to explain that.
All right. So, as you all can see, the lit up kiosk up here says very scary. And it is Halloween. So, what I was thinking about tying in some things. A scary moment of being pregnant.
It's labor.
Well, that part too. But for me, with you being pregnant, my question is for you and for you all. Most of the times it's glorified to the point to where, when people announce that they're pregnant and they pictures and tell family members and all this type of stuff. But in reality, there's really some scary stuff that can go on. Like babies that are born with complications. Everybody don't necessarily have a healthy baby.
Yep.
And that's something that most people don't necessarily think about. But I know when I thought about it. What about for you?
I did, because that every...
What was that defining moment after you got past the I'm about to be a mom, I got a baby coming, I'm actually pregnant. What was that moment? What was it for you?
I think every first trimester is nerve-wracking for me.
Really? You never told me that.
Yeah, every first trimester, because
Why?
that's the most critical time.
Why every first trimester though?
I don't know. It's just like, because you're so focused on, let me make sure I'm eating right. Let me make sure I'm taking my vitamins on time. Let me make sure that if I'm getting sick, I'm doing stuff to replenish my fluids. If I can't drink water, what am I to eat or drink? You just go through all of those different things. I know I had it the worst with the girls, like as far as like, especially Cassidy. Like, I was always sick with her. But that's the most critical time for development for every baby, is that first trimester. Like, they're still developing into the second trimester, but I think it's more so when you hit that second trimester, and then, if you get an ultrasound the first trimester and you're able to see the very start of it versus you seeing the baby in the second trimester or the full anatomy scan, then you're kind of like, whew, okay, So I think with me, like I would say after those ultrasounds and being able to see like, okay, I see hands, I see feet, I see that. But just because you see all of that doesn't necessarily mean that you're still going to have a normal baby, or like, you know, that you're not going to have a baby that's born with some type of like ailment or some type of complication.
So what were some of the fears? Like once you got into that mind frame of like, damn, it, you know, XYZ, like, you know, a baby can actually be born with this or with that. Like, what were some of the things that you could say that you thought about that hit you? If you can remember, if you can go back to your very first time when you were pregnant and that moment hit you, or if you can't, then just whenever.
I mean, like, I think one of the eye openers in the first trimester with the very first pregnancy was like the genetic testing. Like, that's always thrown up there too, you know, when they're like, oh, you can get your blood drawn, you can get tested for this, this, and this, and you can find out if the baby has this, this, or this, or a possibility of having all of these syndromes, and you can find out the baby's gender. And I was kind of like, huh? Like, that's scary. And I talked it over with my doctor, and I talked it over with Tank, and I'm like, you know, my doctor was like, well, just think of it like this. She was like, and I mean, my doctor is like so down to earth and so real. She like, would you still love the baby any less if you still found out that it was something, you know, going on with the baby after the fact that the baby's here and all of that?
And something may or may not be wrong.
Right. And it's like, and then like talking to people like my insurance agent, I remember we were pregnant around the same time. And she had told me, she was older at the time when she got pregnant with her first. And she had to have like an amniocentesis, and she did genetic testing and everything like that. And she was like, she worried her whole entire pregnancy because she had got the genetic testing done, thinking in the amniocentesis, and thought that something was wrong with her child the entire pregnancy. And she said it didn't make it a great pregnancy because she was always worried. So that was the one thing with all of my kids. Whenever I was offered genetic testing, I kind of took that from her. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm like, because I want to be as happy as I can be, and I want to be as nurturing as I can be in the moment.
Positive vibes and all.
Positive, you know, yeah. And I'm like, that was her first baby, and she was pushing 40, and I'm like, and that's not fun to be worried.
Yeah.
So I took that from her, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm going to just do what I need to do, know that I took the proper precautions on my end, and just go ahead. So. Okay.
All right. I'll say for me, the very first time, which was with Gabe, for me, after I got out of that whole, you know, dang, I'm about to have a son, what is it going to be like? I was working at the hospital, and at the time, I wasn't necessarily working with patients. I was working in dietary. So I was working with patients, but not like, I wasn't doing like patient care, bedside, I wasn't doing none of that type of stuff. So it was a thing to where they trained, when I was working downstairs in dietary, they trained me on everything. So I was passing trays or whatnot this particular day. So basically delivering trays. And I had got a cart of trays, or a couple of trays that needed to be delivered to, I don't know if it was just regular peds or PIC. I don't know which one, but it was peds. So when I went over there and to deliver a tray, I guess they had ordered a tray for the parents or whatever the case, or the mom or dad. I can't remember who it was. And when I went in this room, I just remember just seeing this. It was, you know, I don't know if it was one or two of the parents that was there, but I know it was a parent there. And I remember just seeing this little person, little tiny baby in an incubator with all type of tubes and just all type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just basically keeping this baby alive. And when I left up out of there, I'm like, damn. That's a reality that most people don't necessarily tap into or even acknowledge. Because I'm not necessarily saying that you're supposed to dwell on that. No, I'm not saying that. But that's most definitely a reality that's it's not really talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's not talked about at all because things do go wrong. I mean, because the thing about it is that we are what's the word I'm looking for? Composed, or we are structured full of cells and all that, and sometimes those cells can get crossed and tangled and whatever the case. Just because you are perfectly normal, what we may consider as being normal, I mean, sometimes that genetic code may send something over and you may have 6 fucking fingers or something, you know what I'm saying? It happens, you know. So that was my moment there, to where it was like, man, you know, like, that's something that you most definitely gotta acknowledge and just be thankful for, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not always everybody's case. So other than that, I mean, yeah, so that was it for me, man. Most definitely that was it for me.
And then I think like another like reality is when you bring the baby home, of course.
Oh, that's a whole
a whole nother thing.
We can just save that.
Oh, we're saving that.
We can say that whole thing right there.
But yeah, that's another reality.
We can most definitely say that's a whole nother conversation piece. You know, if you want. Now, disclaimer: these episodes are probably not going to be as long because it is an issue. We're trying to get her to sit back here at this bar on these stools and sit still. Anybody that know a pregnant woman, you need to be comfortable. So, you know, episodes may not be as long, that 30, 40 and all that type of stuff, or 30 minutes maybe, but that 40 minutes to an hour, we may not necessarily be hitting that all the time. But in the meantime, if you missed those episodes, you can always go to imperfectlyperfect.com and perfectlyperfectcouple.com, Instagram or Facebook, as well as the Caster Spot YouTube page, and you can watch all of the videos you want, and you also can catch us on all of your popular streaming podcast platforms to catch up, so you can listen to us on the go. That's no problem.
I want to give a shout out.
Go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to, I want to say he's my baby cousin, but KG with another one. You know who you are.
KG with another one. I tried to do it.
So my baby cousin, or my grown man cousin now, is now a father. So
That's
shout out to him and his girl.
Big up,
for
cousin.
having their beautiful baby.
And give a shout out to our daughter. She has a YouTube channel, Gaming with
Cassidy. With a K.
Kassidy. Gaming with Cassidy on YouTube.
And she's been getting hella views.
Hold on. You know what? Let me tell you about this. This is how you know that this is their world. She's been begging us and begging us.
Mommy, please.
When can she get a YouTube?
Can you guys talk about it?
Can she do XYZ with it? So it came down like about 2 weeks ago. She had figured everything out. Had already had the YouTube. She had a YouTube channel, but she wasn't active on it or anything. She just had a name. So she had it figured out to where, well, I can just record myself gaming, and I don't have to necessarily show my face or anything, because as you guys know, the first time of our children being visible on any type of platform, from pictures to anything, family, non-family, we just didn't, and we still kind of stand on that, the way how it's structured, the way how we putting out their images. So she like, I could just record myself and gaming. I'm like, okay, whatever, go ahead, and we talk to your mama, go ahead and do it, whatever. Boom, she did it. Very first video, how many was it? 3,000, 4,000?
It wasn't the first one, but it was like maybe
her second. It was like for her second or third one, 3,000 and 4,000. I mean,
views, like
views, crazy, organic, real views. It just so this is their world. You know, I think our generation, like I've said before, our generation is like that bridge. We kind of understand like the 60s and 70s or the 70s and all that type of stuff. Most definitely we understand the 80s because we was born and we understand that.
We're a melting pot.
Yeah, we right in the middle. We that bridging gap. We understand it. We adapt to our parents' age group, and then we also adapt to and can indulge in what our children are dealing with right now. So, but yeah, so lesson learned, listen to your children. Listen to your children.
So question.
What up?
What's the scariest thing you've ever been for Halloween?
The scariest thing? Jack Jones.
Oh my God.
They seen the picture. All y'all gotta do is look at the picture. I posted the picture. It's a picture with Kandy sitting at the bar. And if you look closely in the background, you will see a figure.
With a knife.
It was I.
With a knife.
It was I. Well, look, man. I think, tonight's been a pretty much a good episode. I ain't gonna have you sitting here long. Other than that, that's it. So, what you gotta say? You wanna run it down? Or
well, I'm not trick-or-treating this year because I can't run fast enough to go get candy like I would want to. So... So
that's it.
That's it, basically. So, yeah. So we basically shared a few of our experiences, what we felt that was like, scary or kind of nerve-wracking for us during pregnancy. Just with things that, that we feel. So, also we talked a little bit about, mental health and being able to accept your friends outgrowing you and, just getting that mental clarity together because that's always important. Never be afraid to seek help. Never be afraid to ask for help, even if it's a close friend, family member, someone that you trust. So,
yeah. Well, on that note, we'll catch you guys next week, and as always, hey.
Oh my God.
Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect, imperfect.